So, talking about love spells. I do not believe in love spells. When I say that, it's not that I'm saying they're not real or they don't work. But for me and this vessel, I don't think that they're of any good or use, right? Like, I would think that for any human being, the most ultimate love is to be fucking chosen. Like why would you want anybody working with you, doing business with you, sleeping with you, being friends with you, and they didn't choose to be a friend, to be a lover, to be a business partner? They didn't choose that. Why would you want to put a spell on somebody for them to come towards you when their heart didn't tell them to do it? Right? Like, I know that some people do these things because they think, well, they'll know that I'm good for them once they're with me. So I just need them to come here. And then they get to you and now you're like, oh my God, I hate this person. How do I get rid of them? Right? I think the ultimate love is to be chosen. Two people choose each other and then it works, right? Or you grow into being the best of friends or whatever, but there's a respect of person. I respect your person enough to say, I trust that you're going to do what's right for you. Now, sometimes there are the cases of people who love you, but they can't be with you, or there's any number of things, right? But still, they have to choose. I often say that the ultimate God, the reason why, people always say, well, why did God let this happen? Why did God da 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 da? And I say, God is so amazing, so beautiful, so awesome because we get a choice. God is like, I love you and I'm sending forth the blessings of life. However, you don't have to choose my blessings. You don't have to choose the option, the spiritual laws that I've placed out here, right? What are the spiritual laws? They're embedded in our DNA. It didn't come, it's not in the fucking Bible, it's not in the Quran, it's not, there are bits and pieces of facts and truths in these books. But what keeps us from experiencing God in the ultimate and highest nature is that we are saying, we're placing restrictions and boundaries on ourselves through these religious practices, and therefore we're separating ourselves from God. And who is God? We're God. And every single person, because collectively we manifest will, desire, and collectively it manifests it manifests all over the world, right? That is a very complicated, it's a simple thing. In my mind, I can see it perfectly. But for a lot of people, how do you explain that? Well, if I have to explain it to you, forget it. I'm not going to do it because you're not ready, right? Yeah, I think that love spells are stupid, just stupid, right? Making someone want you because you feel like you should have them is the ultimate horrific thing that you could do to somebody, right? And secondly, those things only work on people who don't know who they are. Love spells only work on people who are not aware of their God self. When you are aware of your God self, people could be casting spells on you all goddamn day and ain't shit gonna happen. Do you know why? Because you're aware of your God self. You've placed protections and boundaries. You've contacted your spirit guides and your ancestors, or someone is prayed up over you, has spoken life over you. Or right? Because if we have powerful people in our families who are alive, not only do we have our passed on loved ones, but we also have the people who are here who are praying and speaking life over us in addition to ours. And we speak life over ourselves, right? So when you got that level of protection, people be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then like, well, nothing's happening, or this person's, not having the effects of the spells I'm working. Well, that's because motherfucker, they prayed up. They're prayed up. They are covered, right? There are, and there's the vibration, you know, the vibrational aspect of it, where when you're on the right level of vibration. And then those of you who want a simple explanation, go check out the Celestine Prophecy, watch the movie and read the book, or read the book first and then watch the movie. It's all right there. It's a simple explanation and very entertaining, but simple, right? So anyways, that's all I'm saying, is that, you know, you can't cast no love spell on anybody who's prayed up, who's covered, who's shielded, and who's protected. It ain't gonna work, right? That shit works on people who are also casting spells, who are living low vibrationally, doing this whole earth war, you know, and control and all that kind of stuff. Your manifestations come from controlling things and having to do this and that and the other and that and which means you got to be on a lower vibration even to feel and be around those aspects. But when you get high vibration, you just start to lose desire for old ways, for things that are just ridiculous. Anything dealing with hate, desperation, shame, doubt, fear, all that stuff, low vibrational, right? So if your spell comes from I'm afraid I'm gonna lose him, I'm afraid this, I'm afraid that, or whatever, I'm desperate, doesn't work. It'll work on this low vibration plane, but when you try to affect other people with that same vibration and the higher vibration, it don't work. So yeah, you know, if anybody seen me and think, oh, she must have cast a spell on me, well, it wasn't me. I didn't cast shit, because I'm not into that. That's not my thing, you know, right? Because I think the ultimate freedom, the ultimate liberation, the ultimate love that you can have, the best and most ultimate love that you can have, is to be chosen by someone who knows who you are, who can see you. When they look at you, they see who you are, right? And if somebody loves you, truly loves you, they're gonna want you to choose, right? I could be madly in love with somebody. I mean, just knocked out, dragged out, madly in love. But guess what? I love that person so much that I'm going to want them to want to love me. I mean, I'm going to want them to love me too. And if they don't, I'm going to be like, I love you. And I'm you know, the ultimate love is to see that you're happy, right? Because I sure don't want to be with nobody who I'm forcing to be with me and they're not happy. So I have to keep the love spell. I have to keep doing the things. I have to always be watching who you talking to, where you at. Oh man, ooh, drama, so much drama. Anytime you got a man or a woman whose attention is constantly vacated from you, and you have to do things to keep their focus on you. I mean, after so many years of marriage, okay, fine. That's a natural thing. But in the beginning of a relationship, no, I don't want it. Who needs that? I mean, I could be out camping, hiking, biking, petting lions and tigers in fucking Africa. I don't know. I could be doing anything I want to with my life. I could be sleeping and taking a nap. I could be watching Netflix and chilling on my own. Why do I need to take up my time and be with someone who doesn't want to be there, or who I had to force to be there, right? I mean, when you can release the energy within yourself that feels so rejected and neglected in their energy space, that you can finally say, you know what? It's not worth it to have somebody in my life if I didn't choose them. It's not worth it to be with anybody who didn't choose me, right? And I'm in Sagittarius, double Sagittarius. I'm the ultimate freedom lover, right? Freedom is golden for me. I don't want to lose mine, and I sure don't want to take nobody else's, right? So when it comes to the conversation about love spells and all that stuff, and crafting control over other people's choices and their will, then no, I don't do that. No, I do now. I don't know why I felt called to come on here and talk about love spells, because I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and TikTok and all this, and I'm like, what in the hell are these people doing? Like, so many things out there, guys, so much stuff. I just wanted to enlighten and inform those of you who are like, ooh, love spells. I would love to, I mean, people have gotten into my inbox. Hey, I can do this spell. I can bring him back. Man, if he's gone, he's gone. Let his ass go, right? I'm not Not into that bringing people back who don't need to be in. If they didn't come back on their own choice, and even then sometimes they still ain't right. They coming back for some other shit, right? To finish off the job or what have you. But people, you need to be wise. You need to be wise that you are enough. You are beautiful, you are amazing, you are valuable, you are honorable, you are loving, loved, all these things. And if you believe these things about yourself, then you will wait for the right one to come to you. A nigga don't need no help knowing that you're the one, right? I'm not helping no man like me, right? I'm gonna continue to be myself, love myself, honor myself. And if I feel that there might be something between us, they have to be brave. They have to be brave to say, you know what? I like you. Let's go on a date, or let's talk about it, right? But if they can't be brave enough to even just come forward and say they like me, they're not worth it, right? Because I'm brave, I'm courageous. I need somebody in my life who is brave and courageous. So I ain't gonna be accepting nobody where I gotta come and give little hints. Hey, I like you, and then oh hey, because chances are everybody's got an energy field. They know. And if they're not picking up on it, and by you stepping in and saying, let me help them figure it out, they're gonna see you as desperate. It's not for every case. There are, cases where, a person's like, wow, they're just clueless, right? But for the most part, people need to be able to say, to be adult enough, grown enough, to be able to communicate. If you can't communicate your feelings and the things that you want, no, we cannot have a relationship of any kind, business or otherwise, romantic or otherwise. Why? Because communication is key. Can you be honest? Can you be forthcoming? Can you say what needs to be said when it needs to be said? All these things are extremely important, right? So anyhow, love spells, nah. About humbug. Don't do them. Don't approve of them. But if it works for you, fine. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying I think it's stupid. If you want to be really loved by someone and to have the ultimate and best, then you will let yourself be chosen. And if you're not, shit, you don't know what kind of bullet you dodging. Shit, that could have been the best thing that ever happened to you. The fact that the person didn't even have the courage to come forward and say, hey, I like you. Or the fact that, you like them so much and you thought, oh, we should come together, and if the shit didn't work out, that means it wasn't supposed to fucking work out. All that, what could have been, what might have been, the possibilities, it's just, it's all games. Sometimes people are playing with your mind. Sometimes they want you to do the work, right? So they can continue to turn you into their slave, right? So, now they can take all your money or abuse you and use you, your house, your car, your resource. How many women out here paying a bill for the man living in their house, eating up all that groceries and food, ain't got no job, ain't got shit. But the girl is like a high-powered lawyer or somebody who's doing very well, and they got this dude up in their house, just taking over every goddamn thing, sleeping with them and their children, all of that, because they got inside their head and then made them feel like they wasn't shit. Because somehow they made them feel like they was everything. The dude was everything, or the girl was everything, and you wasn't shit. And now you are $50,000 in debt, bought them all this shit. They out there sleeping with everybody else, then gave you God knows what kind of diseases and shit. And now they decided they're tired of you and they're taking off, and you're left holding the bag. So many people have those stories. See them all the time. So if people aren't able to step up, and if you feel a tugging on your soul, like something is wrong, like, I feel like I'm being manipulated energetically, then you probably are, right? So let people go. Let people go. It ain't worth it. Unless you're just a vampire and that's your bag, you into that, you're in it for the food, whatever, fine. But if you are a regular person who just wants love, who wants peace, who wants energy, vitality, and a loving, caring relationship with somebody, that's not going to be no drama and no crazy shit. Let people go. When they trying to leave, let them go. That's all.